Thanks. Sorry again for like.
No worries. I just wanna get the full hour in. So good afternoon, Whale Coin Talk community. My name is Noah. This is the fourth AMA of today. We are joined here by Ggambu Ino, and now let me know if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, Zoro. Zoro is going to be the main speaker today. And Zoro, before we get started talking about the project, how about you give us a quick background of who you are and how you got to be working in the crypto space today?
Okay. Personally, I am a software engineer. Particularly, I've worked a lot on like cloud architecture and cloud services. The Ggambuverse project is a team. We came as a team of independent developers. We made ourselves online through Reddit, and yeah, it was mostly Reddit and 4chan, to be honest. We have been working on this project for about 7 months now, and yeah, that's just a brief introduction of me and like my experience. And most of the participants or the core members are game developers and like yeah, their fellow engineers. It's a very tech-based team, essentially.
Understood. And can you give us a high-level overview of the ecosystem you guys are building, and then we can individually jump into the nuts and bolts of things?
Ggambuverse is okay. Ggambu, first of all, the word Ggambu means my friend, and it basically comes from the movie Squid Game. If you have ever watched the movie Squid Game, it's basically a critique of power monopolies and like capitalist societies, and that's the entire philosophy of Ggambu. Because working in the cloud, sorry, in the app development industry, I don't know if anybody here has experience with app development, but it's a very exploitative industry in the sense that Google makes at least 30% of like most of the returns made from any project, and that's excluding ad revenue. So if you include the ad revenue, Google makes over 60 to 70% of what an app actually generates. And this is the entire core concept behind Ggambu, building a digital distribution catalog that allows for creators and developers to monetize the products they create, and even users, because users in a lot of ways get like when you get your data sold to like, I don't know, random third-party companies and ad companies, you don't make any money from that. And the idea is to create an economy where people can sell and buy their data willingly if they want to, and like basically monetize the data they produce, and creators make the most money from their products in a sense.
Understood. And how are you guys generating so much revenue? How are you? Yeah, tell us about that.
Ggambu itself, it's the ESCO solution for the entire platform. That means every single Ggambu is going to be used on every single transaction for whatsoever kind of application or game hosted on Ggambu. So imagine someone built an e-commerce platform, right? Ggambu is going to be the token used for that transaction. For now, we build this on Ethereum because this is where the largest market share is. But eventually, we intend on migrating to Avalanche because we intend on building an entire subnet, and no, people shouldn't worry. That will be an easy process. Like the moment we have all of our investors like listed, we can easily migrate. So the idea is to build an entire ecosystem where Ggambu sells as an escrow solution for games, e-commerce platforms, apps, and whatsoever type of application that is hosted on our catalog or basically our version of an app store.
Yeah, well, you got my attention as soon as you said Avalanche subnet. I'm a big fan of their subnet technology. We've already seen DeFi Kingdoms and Krabata, as well as some other smaller projects, utilize subnets with a tremendous amount of success from a technical standpoint. So you guys intend to launch or migrate to a subnet, use Ggambu as the native token, the gas token, and offer a suite of different services for the token to be utilized with respect to. Am I correct in understanding that so far?
Yes, exactly.
And what are some of the utilities that the token will provide with respect to your overall ecosystem? What are some services?
An example is like, because since it is built on the IPFS protocol, which is a decentralized protocol, every time a node is added, that node will be required to pay Ggambu, and a percentage of this transaction is sent to every holder, to every single Ggambu holder. And even and like even adding, like even when someone plays a game or buys, I don't know, a cloth or whatsoever kind of, because every single application hosted on Ggambu uses Ggambu as its base escrow solution. So and a percentage of all these transactions is redistributed among the initial holders of Ggambu. Because right now we are trying to raise, basically most people who buy into Ggambu now are investors in a sense. So the idea is to raise this money so we can build this entire ecosystem.
And
Yes. So
what kind of projects, what kind of projects are you planning on having built in your ecosystem? Are they play to earn projects? Are they DeFi applications? What specifically are you guys, what kind of developers and minds are you trying to attract?
okay. Okay, for now we have a few projects. Right now we are working on the bot. Actually, I'm thinking like for our largest holders, we'll give them samples of the first version of our bot, and it's basically a bot that enables like cross-chain trading, and yeah, subscription to our bot will be through Ggambu, and it will be hosted on our platform for users to basically, I don't know, use for trading purposes. We also have, as I said, we basically have an alpha version of our platform available. I think Lodizi already saw this, or I think Noah already saw this, and yeah, people can use Ggambu for play to earn. Yeah, users can use Ggambu to play to earn systems. We also have what else? What else actually? Well, we also intend on building virtual reality applications because okay, our base technology supports virtual reality systems. So we intend on diving into gaming more and trading for now. And in the future, we might migrate more into like e-commerce and then general like I don't know, more sorry, very varied applications. Because it's an app store, that's the reason why I'm so like, because we have so many possibilities in this sense, so many things we can do.
Yeah, and how exactly do you guys plan on giving authority back to independent developers?
Eh, Every single application is not, we don't control the hosting of these applications. They're not hosted by us. We don't own the servers that host these applications. So people come in and give us storage in exchange for like Ggambu. And then these developers, in a sense, when they host these applications on these decentralized or these distributed cloud servers, we, oh, sorry, they are able to have complete control over the number of users that use the application, if or not they want their users' data to be, sorry, if or not, sorry, the total revenue that comes into that their app generates, and even the users themselves are able to see how much data they generate and how much data they want to sell or keep reserved or like keep private. So that's the entire concept. If through the white paper we have all of this explained in more detail. Yes.
Certainly. And can you give us a high level overview of the Ggambu tokenomics, please?
The government economics, we have 45 billion in total supply, and that is more of a pun, to be honest, because if you watch the original Squid Game movie, it was 45 billion tokens. We also have 1% for marketing and development, and then we'll have 1% for charity. And the reason and the charity we're trying to work with is the Open Insulin Foundation, because I have had a personal I don't know sorry, I've had like some life issues with like diabetes, and that's something I thought it would be good to, I don't know, contribute towards. I don't know, you guys can go and look it up, Open Insulin Foundation. And yeah, that's basically, it's a 1% marketing, 1% for development, 45 billion total supply, and yeah, 5% rewards to holders, by the way, on every single transaction on our platform.
And describe to us your marketing campaign with Crowd Create.
Okay, with Crowd Create, we intend to work with, sorry, okay, let me explain to you the entire marketing strategy. First of all, we have YouTubers that we intend to talk to. Let's see. Let me calm down. Okay. Mm, I'm feeling a bit under the weather. I don't know what's happening with me. Okay. So we have YouTubers. Fuck, why am I feeling so sick? It's become.
Feeling all right?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm beyond the weather today. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyways, let me come back to let me be on track. Okay, so basically we have YouTuber like uh can I call you guys? Can we do this? I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Sorry everyone. I'm feeling a bit sick. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Oh, okay. You don't feel good? Did you want to have someone else from your team take over?
Yeah, I'll call someone else from my team and see if they can talk about this. Honestly, let me be done with it. It's fine. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Okay.
God, I messed up this one.
No, I mean you're doing fine right now. Everything's been great so far.
Okay, sorry. I'm feeling a bit sick. That's the thing. But anyways, let me continue. Sorry. Okay, basically, for now we have interactions with you. Okay, sorry. We intend on getting YouTubers on our platform, and the main idea is okay, why do we want to go with YouTubers? Because most I don't know crypto projects when they use YouTubers, they have pump and dumps. You have situations where projects are being hyped up, and then after a couple of months the projects die. And what's the reason for that? The main reason for this is because these YouTubers don't target. There's no target marketing. People just get influencers and I don't know celebrities to like pump up projects. The reason why we're going to crowd create is because we're trying to work. We're trying to do targeted advertising in a sense where okay, if we release a certain kind of application, let's say it's a bot, let's say it's a game. But now we are like, okay, who are the people who are going to play this game? And how do we get to them? Are we going to get to them through YouTube, through TikTok, or through like whatsoever kind of, I don't know, social media platform? So these are the different marketing strategies we intend to implement with CrowdCreate. And CrowdCreate, by the way, is one of the largest crypto marketing firms in the world. Yeah, so that's basically a little overview of our marketing strategy.
Understood. And that was actually very meticulous, or you were very meticulous in the way you answered that. So we appreciate that. Can you tell us more about how we can qualify for the pre-sale and private sale? Have those happened yet?
Nope, none of those have happened yet. None of those have happened yet. For now, we have been focused more on development. To be honest, if you notice, our channel has
Got
been
it.
very active.
Um,
Yes,
and how can one get whitelisted for either of those?
we have influencers now on deck, and these influencers are the ones who are going to whitelist different users. So each of them will have a portion of.
Zoro, I can't. I think that might be my mic or might be my volume, but I can't hear you very well.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, that's much better.
Yes. So I said that we have influencers on deck right now in our private group. I think you're part of you're in there. So portions of the whitelist are going to be given to each of these influencers, and you can get whitelisted through them. And then we'll have a meme contest, and depending on how well people perform, they can be like upgraded towards throughout the tiers to get into the whitelist.
Understood. And do you have any idea what the hard cap for the pre-sale is going to be?
Yes, the hard cap for the priest is going to be 50 ETH. Yes.
50 ETH. Okay. So it's and then what's the maximum contribution per wallet?
The maximum contribution. Oh no, that's a hard cap for the pre-sale. The maximum contribution per wallet is going to be for the private sale. The maximum contribution per wallet is going to be, I think, 0.3 ETH for a 6 ETH hard cap. While for the pre-sale, it'll be 50 ETH basically, and a soft cap of 20 ETH. And there is no max for that for the pre-sale.
Understood. And what is the idea behind, or actually, how can we qualify for some of these airdrop events that you guys have coming up?
Okay, for the airdrop events, to qualify for an airdrop event, there will be a meme contest. There will be active participation in the Ggambu project, and also there will be active contribution towards the platform development because we will release a lot of versions of the Ggambuverse platform. This is the alpha version. We might release a beta and even like a beta one, the beta two. So I don't know, community members will have to actively use the platform and then give us like feedback on like what we can change, what we can modify, and based on all these different criteria, then airdrops will be released. Yeah, based on this and basically active participation in building the community and the project as a whole.
Got it. And do you guys currently have any play to earn games in the works?
Yes, we do. The game Black Snake, if you go on our platform, the Ggambu's platform, that game is still in development. We're trying to integrate a play to earn system. It's an adventure style game. We also have the game Gucci Grip, where you're like skating throughout like a little world. The game is going to have a play to earn kind of battle royale style where a group of users can come together and play against each other. So all of that is in the works, but for now we have prototypes released on our platform, but we're trying to work on building that better, or like building the ecosystem and the world around this entire like project, basically.
Understood. And is any part of the protocol going to be available before your token launch?
Yes. We are going to release that before the token launch. Yes, we intend on releasing that before the token launch. And also, everyone, to be honest, I do apologize. I was a bit under the weather. I've been working really hard on building the platform these days, so it contributes a bit. Like, it's a bit taxing, doing all these things at the same time.
Certainly, I think a lot of us have been where you are, where we're trying to build something, and it's a lot of hard work in the beginning. So, trust me, as a member of Whale Coin Talk, and we've been working to grow this thing for not even a year. We understand it requires a lot of manpower and hard work and sleepless nights. So don't worry at all about feeling under the weather. I think it's very reasonable, and you're doing great in this AMA. Want to know what some of your strategies are for decentralized data monetization, especially with your alpha launch.
Okay, so with our technology, we through IPFS, we'll have what they call like we'll have what they call like basically a decentralized peer-to-peer data containerization, like what Docker does, because Docker does is most of the data that you generate is being stored through like Docker containers, like on like Google Cloud platforms and all these things, and all these different services. So we are trying to replicate that in a decentralized manner through IPFS and also through peer-to-peer torrent storage, in a sense, where you can see the amount of data you generate for every single application you use. And then all of this data, you can decide to sell it to third parties if you want to. For Ggambu token, yeah, because that is the ESCO solution, as I said earlier.
Wow, that's very cool. I think that feature is going to be a huge catalyst for you guys, especially. You said this is in phase 5, so it's not until next year, correct?
Yes, not until next year. Not until next year. For now, we're trying to build the actual ecosystem and like the entire network and everything, basically.
So the first few things that are going to come out are what? The play to earn game. What else? What can we expect early on in 2022?
Okay, the bot platform, the multi-chain bot application.
So tell us about the multi-chain bot application and how that works.
Okay, the multi-chain bot application is basically an application where you come with a token contract, you put in a token contract. It does a scan to make sure it's not a honeypot. It does like a safe solidity kind of audit and gives it like a token score from 0% to 100%. And then after these verifications, you can buy into any project of your choice with as many accounts as you want. So, and this will be free for Ggambu users. And so you pay Ggambu as a subscription, you pay using Ggambu as a subscription service for this board, and you can buy into any project on cross-chain, basically. As many basically we will update the chains as time goes on. And then once you have your Ggambu, you can buy into as many projects as you want, yeah, with as many accounts as you want. That's basically the entire concept of the Ggambu bot, basically. Yeah.
Understood. So the Ggambu bot is coming. It's one of the first things that's going to come along with the play to earn game. What else? What else can we expect early on?
Okay, so we have the Ggambu bot, we have the play to earn game, and then later down the line, we are trying to migrate now fully to IPFS. So like
what does that mean? What does that mean?
Okay, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Let me simplify this. Yeah, sorry. So
No
basically,
worries.
we're trying to okay, we are trying to migrate every single application we have on IPFS nodes fully. Like not just setting like backend functionality, but the entire application as a whole on different IPFS nodes. And for that, during that process, we need to market a lot to what's it, data centers and like small data centers and basically individuals with a lot of computing power. That is the entire concept. And so the marketing is going to occur in like in many different stages for different people, sorry, for different audiences. That's what I mean. Yeah. So we'll market to we'll market to different people. So sorry, we'll market to different target groups at different stages of the project, in a sense.
Got it. And Zoro, how far along the roadmap do you guys plan on moving or migrating to an Avalanche subnet? Are you currently in talks with Avalanche?
Yes. We're currently in talks with Avalanche. We intend on migrating. I think the moment we are able to release the full migration for the applications to IPFS, then the Ggambu as a token itself will be migrated. Like it will be migrated along with the platform, basically. So we have an
Got it.
entire like network of our own and an entire like no, sorry, we have an entire application layer of our own and an entire blockchain or sub blockchain, basically.
Got it. And what's the most exciting thing about 2023 that you guys have planned in the roadmap?
To be honest, the most exciting thing to me is the crypto conference in Dubai. The crypto expo, yeah. To me, that is the big thing. Like the moment we get there, then we start getting like big players, because a lot of rich and powerful people attend these things, like Jeff Bezos for one, and a lot of them attend these different conferences. And if we have a strong community and a strong project with all these steps that have been achieved at that moment, then that's how we take over the world. To be honest. Like that is okay. That is the beginning. That's the true beginning. These are the preliminaries, to be honest, of the project.
Zoro, do you have any major partnerships that you want to tell us about? I know you mentioned YouTubers and influencers, but anything specific or anyone specific?
For now, we are in talks. We're in talks. We're in talks with partners. We don't have any major partners yet. Maybe Travelat in the crypto space, but other than that, we are still. But we're trying to get more partners. So we're in talks with YouTubers and influencers. But through crowd create as a company makes it a lot easier for partnerships with like third party influencers. Yes.
Tell us about the Ggambu verse. Is that simply the ecosystem that you guys are launching on the Avalanche subnet, or is it going to be something different, like a multiverse?
Oh no, it is the ecosystem on the subnet. It is the ecosystem on the subnet. It is the application layer that I was talking about, the IPFS application layer.
Got it. And that looks like it's in phase 4, mid 2023.
Yes, exactly.
And early on, I know you guys are doing your token raise on Ethereum. Do you anticipate gas fees being a problem?
Not okay. For now, it will be a problem, but once we migrate to Avalanche, all these issues disappear. Because once we have our own subnet and our own set of validators, then it becomes an issue of like, oh, how many validators can we have? And it becomes infinitely scalable in the sense that the higher the gas fees, the more validators are going to increase. Because Avalanche allows you to build custom blockchains in a sense. So, but the issue with Avalanche is okay. You need to have 2,000 AVAX, which is I think $120,000 approximately, and that is why we started on Ethereum, because from here we can raise funds, have our investors, and then we migrate the entire ecosystem to Avalanche.
Certainly, but I meant more in regard to your private and pre-sale that are going to be happening on Ethereum. Is it going to be gas war, or do you guys have a 1-to-1 whitelist to token sale ratio?
I think we have a 1-to-1 whitelist token sale. Yes, we do have a 1-to-1. Yes.
Got it. And tell us a bit more about your team. How big is your team? How many developers on your team? Give us a breakdown of that, please.
Okay, for now we're a team of 5 developers. As I said already, I'm a software engineer with experience with like cloud computing and blockchain systems. We have a game developer, right now, who is like most of the games you see there are Ice Works. We have a front end developer who is an expert in like React and application and Android and iOS development, and we also have a database engineer. Yeah. So and then we have our marketing guy. We have a marketing director basically, and his job is to get investors in the real world, and down the line maybe get us marketing partnerships. Yeah. So he's a more articulated one, to be honest. He's more articulated than I am. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No worries. I think you're doing a great job. And yeah, how many AMAs have you guys done so far?
This is the second AMA. We did one with CoinScope, and this is the second AMA we're doing. Yes.
Great. And Zoro, before I get to community questions here, I'm curious to know if there's anything that I haven't asked that you want to share. You guys are building quite the diverse and intricate ecosystem, and you have a number of different applications, whether it's, DeFi applications, whether it's a bot, whether it's your play to earn game. There's so many things that you guys ultimately will offer your user base. I'm curious to know if there's anything that we haven't touched on that you want to talk about.
Okay, one thing I think we should talk about or haven't touched on is security, and no one has asked. Also, we haven't asked about this. Like most people will be like, "Oh, how do we guarantee like our user security?" Because this is an issue with major like platforms. And
yeah,
for
I mean,
security,
it's a question I typically ask, but I felt like with your knowledge of tech and with everything that you've told me you guys are going to be building, it seemed to me like an audit, and like, for example, an audit from Surtech was a given, but definitely tell us more about your security protocols. We'd love to hear about it.
Okay, yeah. So currently we have an audit. We already.
Oh, I think we lost you there, Zoro. All right, we'll give him a sec to come back. Hopefully he comes back soon. Maybe his phone died or his internet went out. Hey, Glenn, you there? Acty? Just making sure that I'm not the one that lost connection.
No, you're good. You're good, Noah.
Cool.
Alrighty. I think he dropped from Telegram. It's his connection probably.
Yeah, he seems to have dropped, and I know he wasn't feeling that well, but I think he did a good job despite the fact that he was feeling under the weather.
Yeah, so far so good. It sounds super interesting, to be honest. I'd love to hear more. That it's always nice to listen to people that are knowledgeable in the space. And they're trying to push things in a different way. Sort of not just a token here or there. It's an ecosystem. Spanning across. With ambitions to go to subnets. So that's super exciting. I think we have Zoro back now.
Yep.
Yeah,
I caught him.
sorry. Yeah, there was a network issue. There was a network issue. So, yeah, I was talking about privacy and security. We currently have an audit. We have KYC. We did that with KYC with CoinScope, and we are trying to get a Unicrypt listing for now. And yeah, that's basically to protect our investors. That is our preliminary steps. And down the line, once our application is built, we intend on integrating a custom AES encryption for our applications, for every single application on our platform. And by the way, since our platform is decentralized, in a sense, every single node will have access to to every transaction. So protecting users on an application layer. I'm not just talking about a blockchain layer like for token transfers. I'm talking about every single application that is being built on our platform, basically.
Right. Understood. So Zara, I'm gonna call on community members here. I'm gonna start with Venice and then work my way down. Venice, go for it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Noah. Actually, I was going to the white and I came to know something about the project. So here's my question. Actually, I want to know, will you just a minute? Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Here's my question. If people choose your hosting services for the mobile apps, then I know the way that in order to install the apps in Android phones, we just need to allow the apps other than Play Store from the settings. But for iOS users, I don't think that Apple allows to install applications outside the App Store. So how would you solve this kind of issue with your platform?
Yeah, that that is an issue that we have been thinking about like deeply. And to solve the issue with the iOS, first of all, one alternative that we've been thinking about, because for now we focus more on Android and the Microsoft Store and the Oculus. But for iOS in particular, we have three alternatives. Either we will get big enough, and then we can sign partnerships with the iOS manufacturers, or we could develop our app like as a little subsystem in the App Store. So basically, our entire ecosystem will exist in an app that can be downloaded on the iOS App Store.
Yeah, the reason behind I asked this question because I was going through the white paper and it said that you will not have your applications on App Store or Play Store. So I was wondering how would iOS users will install the app. So now it's better you cleared my issues. So I have another question. I was wondering that how will system compute the hosting total cost? Will it be according to the size of the files a user want to upload, or how it will be calculated?
Yes. Hosting is basically going to be equivalent to the size of each application. So certain applications will cost more Ggambu and certain depending on the size and also the bandwidth required to run such an application. Because if we are using peer-to-peer, if we're using peer-to-peer information transfer, so latency will come depend on how computationally expensive your application is. So all these factors will depend how much a user is going to spend for hosting. But I don't think it will be anything as expensive as what they currently have on the App Store and the iOS Store, because we are not trying to exploit our users. In a sense, we want things to be as fair as possible. So so most likely it's going to be how much it costs plus maybe a fee which will be redistributed to our holders and also redistributed for marketing and development.
Okay, that's wonderful. And please also tell us about domain extensions. What will be there, and also can people customize their own domain extensions by paying the extra fee for it?
Yes, eventually. Not now, to be honest. I'm not going to like, sell you like some fanciful things, but down the line, once we get big enough, we can have partnerships and agreements with bigger companies like Google that provide this domain services, and then we can tell them, oh, okay, we want to be able to build our custom domains, and then yeah, so but down the line, because this is a long term, but this is an at least 2 to 3 year project. So every phase everything will come at its time eventually. But yes.
Okay, that's awesome. And my main concern about hosting the site on IPFS is, I mean, why should I do it? I think there would be at max a few thousand nodes running on the network. Even if all of them pin my site, a CDN service such as Cloudflare would be way more effective and efficient. Though it only works for static websites, I think IPFS can also only deal with static sites as it is only a file system, not a compute sharing service. So, how would you just make sure that people should use IPFS for hosting their websites or web apps?
Okay, so first of all, the IPFS protocol, we are using the IPFS as a protocol, but then we have an underlying layer, which is torrents, the torrent storage system. So the issue of like, I know that the bottleneck of storage is not really going to affect our entire ecosystem because sorry, what happens at the lower levels is uTorrent storage, basically. The same way uTorrent is able to have like relay links to like movies on like different random servers. That's the exact same concept. at lower levels. But then each of these nodes are validated by us.
Okay, and what if I upload any illegal content and make a few nodes spin it? How would it deal with illegal contents IPFS?
Okay, that is the reason why every single node is going to be authenticated by a board of directors or by a governance body, which is elected by token holders. As I said earlier, that is to prevent illicit content being posted through any one of our validators. So any validator that allows for that to occur could be removed from our network.
Okay, and how will you make sure data stored on IPFS is persistent? Because I think to make the data persistent is really difficult on IPFS.
Yes, that is an issue that we had down the line. But okay, to fix that issue, first of all, as I said, IPFS in itself is going to serve as a pointer. So IPFS serves as a pointer to torrent servers. So in itself, it doesn't really carry the data. It doesn't store data in itself. So we are trying to have the best of both worlds. Privacy and what was it? Large computing resources in a sense.
Okay, that's awesome. And over to you, Noah. Thank you so much for answering my all questions.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the questions. Like any other questions? Like yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Venice. We got a Western Beast next.
Thanks a lot, Noah. Zoro, I would like to ask, when you say application layer, do you mean application layer on the OSI network?
Can you repeat your question, please?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you now. Yes.
Good. You talked about application layer. Do you mean application layer on the OSI network?
No, that's not what I meant.
All right, good. Then this is my question. How do you intend to decongest your nodes or decongest traffic when you have an excessive amount of users on your network? What medium are you going to use to decongest traffic? Because you're going to have a very wide, from what I saw on your website, you have wide use case. And in that 2 to 3 years after your project is done, a lot of people will be using your servers or your domains for a lot of things. How do you intend to decongest network your your servers?
Okay. Decongesting network, I think will basically be done. Decongesting networks will basically. But sorry. Let me rethink this. Okay. Let me read to the white paper again. Okay, yeah. So decongesting networks will basically be done, as I said, through containerization. In a sense, okay, every single application is like the applications are not hosted on every single server and repeated. So certain servers host certain aspects of our application, and then they can redistribute it in certain parts of the world. Basically, what hosting does at the moment. What current hosting service do? Current hosting service do. So no one node in itself has every single application running at the same time on it. So it's not like a repeated cluster. It's not like a repeated it's not like the data is being repeated throughout every single server, but it's being distributed among these different servers, and they communicate with each other to make sure they're up to date in a sense. Yes.
And Venus asked how you will controlling moderation, and you said you have a central body controlling moderation. Would this
Yes.
central body be working 24/7?
Yes.
Okay, so how would they control all of that traffic that's coming in? Because I'm talking about millions of servers, possible millions of people. How do they intend to control it? Is there something like an artificial intelligence or machine learning model you have in place?
Eventually, that can be integrated. But the idea will be different governing bodies. Like so, it grows as the network grows. So the more people add to the network, the more bodies are going to be created. But eventually, we could integrate an AI model to monitor all these different all the traffic around the network, and then gear resources towards the right applications or the most computing intensive applications. But for now, I think human resources are better because I have a background in machine learning. I don't think AI algorithms are that efficient yet. At least the humans are always the best
All right.
at the moment.
All right, that's understandable. This is my final question. Buy pressure and volume are used to create sustainability for an APY. How do you intend to sustain the longevity of your APY? And then what methods are you using to increase buy pressure and thus the volume of your project?
Okay, to increase buy pressure, we intend on integrating more mainstream payment systems because one of the reasons why crypto projects always die is because they are more geared towards the pump and dump architecture. Let's be honest, and most of them don't have a utility. And the thing is, we are not trying to create a pump and dump. We're trying to build an entire ecosystem. So in a sense, as long as we can build in real world payment systems, like we can integrate them. So we have automatic swaps from like maybe Visa card to Ggambu. Then regular users can come in because our target audience is not investors. Our target audience is users. So that's what differentiates us from other crypto projects. Other crypto projects try to, I don't know, get as many investors as possible, but we just need enough investors to build the platform so we can get actual users.
Okay, all right. So these users are going to be involved in your project by performing transactions. Am I right?
Yes.
Oh, all right, all right. That'll be all for now. Thanks a lot, Noah.
Okay.
Yeah, Western, thank you for the questions. Minstrel David, you next.
Thank you so much to ask this is absolutely a great project, and first of all, I wish the team the very best.
Minstrel
Okay,
David, you need to speak up a bit. We can't hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
now. All right, thank you so much. This is absolutely one of the best projects I've encountered. And I would like to ask the team these basic questions. We learned in economics that every project out there, has a SWOT analysis, which are the strength, the weakness, the opportunity, and the threat. So for this project, I would like you to analyze and tell us as a potential investors, what do you consider to be the strength of this project? That's the first. And then what are the inevitable weaknesses attached to this project, and how do you intend to minimize them? Because every project out there have their weaknesses. For this peculiar project, what are the project weaknesses you've seen and you foresee, and how do you intend to minimize them? Also, this project have great potentials and opportunities. So when you're talking about the opportunities of this project, how do you compare them with the other projects that will make this project to be, to be the one that people are going to go for? Then lastly, what do you consider to be the greatest threat to this project? All these are SWOT analysis. I think these are the basic things you should consider when organizing the project. So what are the threat? What are the greatest threats you have, as regards this project? And how do you intend to silence them or minimize them to the barest minimum? Thank you.
Okay. So one of the threats. Okay. Okay. Where do you want me to start? Okay. Where do you want me to start? Where you prefer me to start? Threats or strength? Hello.
Sir?
Yeah. So where will you prefer me to start? Like the threats or the strengths of the project?
Okay, I think let's start from the strength. Then you can put that one.
Okay. Starting from the threats, one of the threats we will have is the big established app development companies. Like, sorry, the big established software cataloging companies like the App Store and the Oculus Store and Microsoft Store. For the other like three, the Google Play, the Play Store and Oculus Store and even Microsoft Store, we have licenses to publish applications there. Then for the iOS, as I said, we will need to trade with them carefully down the line because they have very strict policies with regarding to downloading applications that are not directly licensed by the App Store. So as I said, one of the solutions would be to either to either build our entire ecosystem as an app on the App Store, or we can get licenses down the line. And then another threat to our project, to be honest, is our project dying because of investors losing interest. Because basically, if as I said, most projects get hyped at some during like the peak phase, and then after that they start to die. And to mitigate that, as I said, we intend to integrate more mainstream payment systems like Stripe and Visa card and MasterCard, so that regular users or regular people who are outside of the crypto space, because the truth is, the crypto space is just at least 3 to 5% of the world population. Like, we're a very small minority in the grand scheme of things. So this an application like this is far, like, has wider applications for like mainstream users, for people around the world. So that is our target audience, as I said, and that is how we are able to fight this loss of buy pressure or interest in the project, or to minimize it basically. And I think a final threat to the project, which is a more technical one, is the bottlenecks with latency. And the only way to solve that will be through basically a blockchain concept called sharding, where we can recreate the network over and over in different countries eventually. If we get big enough. And honestly, it's if we have a $10 million market cap, we could do something like this, in realistically speaking. So it's an issue of how consistent is the team going to be in building and getting more users, so we can generate more revenue, and also please our investors. And how willing is the world going to be to accept our project? Yeah, I
Awesome.
think
So,
I'm done with it.
yeah, well, you haven't told us about the weaknesses and
Oh no,
opportunities here.
I started with it. Oh, the weakness of our project. Okay, one of the weaknesses of our project right now is I think it's team size, because we are just 5 developers, as you can see. So it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of like pressure on each and every one of us. But to mitigate that issue, eventually after token launch, we intend on hiring more developers. We are currently already in the recruitment process, by the way, because because we really need to, like, spread the pressure. So we're trying to raise more capital from investors in order to like distribute the workload, because after launch we'll have a lot of building to do. So yeah, that's one of the weaknesses that we currently have. It's our team size. And for strengths of our project, the issue is, well, we are one of a kind. I don't think there's any other crypto project that is trying to do something like us. So that's a big strength we have. The fact that we combat privacy, one of the major issues that most projects have, that most people have nowadays, because it's a very strong social issue, and we are coming to solve the problem of privacy, and even and also the issue of creator-based economy will attract a lot of developers to our platform, because the more developers we have, to be honest, the larger our platform goes. So the open source nature and developer-based model of our platforms, I think, our greatest strength.
Awesome. Sincerely, I love the way that you responded. But lastly, I'd like to ask, every project that have such a potential like this have, like you said, they have their up and down. But regarding this project, if you have just an opportunity to change just one thing in the crypto space, what do you think you are going to change in this project?
To be honest, one thing I would like to change in the crypto space is the pump and dump nature. Like, if there was just one thing I could change, is the pump up, because that just creates a bad rep. Like, how do we build uh, applications or decentralized applications that support sorry, let me backtrack. How do we build decentralized applications that have utility? Because the truth is, most crypto projects that exist now, even the biggest ones, and all the rest, they will all die eventually, because they have no true utility. It's like a little circle, it's like a loop, in a sense, where this application, where everything that is done in the crypto space stays in the crypto space. It doesn't affect the real world. And that is what we're trying to break with this project. We're trying to build software. So we're trying to build projects that actually affect the lives of individuals that are not in the crypto space, because that is the only way to make crypto more widely accessible, to kill the pump and dump nature, and to enable globalization of crypto, global adoption. So that's one thing that's two things, in a sense. Those are two things I would want to change with the crypto space through this project, to be honest.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. I wish you the very best. Thank you, sir. No, I'm grateful, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yes. So any other questions?
Yeah, great questions. We got Alemania Miguel next.
Hello?
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right, so I've been listening for quite a while with some project, and it's been mind blowing. I like the facts about the project, and it's great. So I just wanted to ask about although the last person, I think Mr. David, he kind of touched a little about the question I wanted to ask. So about like 2 years ago, the pandemic kind of ravaged a lot of projects, a lot of companies, a lot of businesses around the world, and some persons were able to kind of use it to their advantage, and others it kind of wrecked them out. But just as the pandemic was, some persons were able to use it to their advantage, and it's kind of it boosts their project into the market space because, for example, there are some places in the world, like for example in Africa, whereby the crypto space has not some persons have not known more about the crypto space. So I don't know if your project is gonna be.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. Okay, one of the reasons why we are pushing for this decentralized nature is to make it more accessible to remote communities. Because we don't intend to monopolize or centralize development of Ggambu. Once we are able to build the network and the platform, we intend to allow, as I said, there will not be a single governance body for the network. The network will be infinitely repeatable across different locations in the world. So it's a project that can get as many members as possible, as long as we can keep up with the consistency, and as long as we have a strong community and a community that grows, we can repeat it even in the most remote parts of the world. Because that is the aim. The aim is to challenge established norms of centralization, and that's one of the limitations, by the way, of modern of enterprise internet and digital systems, because the centralized nature makes it that it cannot be massively adopted in like the most remote communities, because there's no monetary incentives. But the aim is to make this project such that even in the smallest communities, anyone with like access to like the resources could build the digital infrastructure, clone our network, like basically copy our subnet, or repeat our subnet, and then we start the process, as long as they're part of our community in a sense. Yes. So disclaimer.
Okay, that's great. If I remember vividly, where I didn't really listen to that part carefully.
I can't hear you.
Close.
Yeah, we lost you for
Sorry.
a second, Alemania. Can you repeat that second question, please?
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
we
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, okay. So when I you were kind of giving your presentation, let me just be honest, I didn't really listen to that part carefully, but I did hear when you said other apps are going to be coming into they're going to be using your platform too. Am I correct?
Yes, yes, yes. You're correct.
Okay, okay. So if other apps are going to be using your platform, are there going to be a specific fee they're going to be paying to use your platform, and how much is it going to cost to use your platform?
There will be a specific fee that will be paid to host applications, not to use, but to host. And then depending on if the application requires some kind of payment, that will be done through our token, basically. And yeah, that is basically it. Yeah, but we don't intend to have any fees to use the platform. Like once the fee is paid for hosting, I think it's more of it's users who pay for using. I think more or less.
So kind of to protect the security of the investors that are investing in your own project. Now these apps that are coming to be hosting on your platform, are they going to be any will I say security background check, like a KYC on these apps to kind of know more details on these ones?
Yes, as I said, we are already KYC'd with CoinScope, as I said, and we are trying to get a Unicrypt listing. And eventually, because most of the apps released now will be released by our team, but eventually we intend to release applications from third parties. And once we have a governing body, then that is the first stage towards building our own internal auditing body. So it's an entire like ecosystem, as I said. It's not just a single application. So yeah, to respond to your question, we do intend to have to audit like the distributors of these applications.
Great, nice one. Thanks, Noah.
Yeah, man, my pleasure. We have time for one more question. Let's get Sir Chief.
Very much. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Well, first, I would like to be sure of something. Do you guys have your own application?
Hello.
Do you guys have your own application?
But like I don't understand like what do you mean by like elaborating the question, please?
Your mobile app for the game, please.
No, we intend on developing that. We intend on developing a mobile application. But for now, we do have games that have been released on our web app, but we intend on developing a mobile application. A link we posted in the chat.
Okay. But making use of mobile app make it more simple for some persons to play game, and
Yes,
so I don't
yes,
know why you people guys don't have it, or are you planning to have it soon?
yes. We are actively working on that, and that's one of the reasons why I'm so stressed or maybe scattered in a sense because we are actively working on releasing that too.
Okay. Since you are working on that already, I want to know, why downloading other apps, you see that you have a particular name of app with the same logo but different thing in it. So I want to know, what are you guys going to put in place to see that your own app will be more different, so that there is scammers now, so that someone will not go and download another app having it in mind as your own app.
Okay. Okay, that's an interesting point. That's an interesting point. Okay, to fix that kind of an issue, we will have most likely when we build an application, we will post links. So or post links in the channel. Say, okay, this is our application, and also for fixing an issue like that. Okay, that's something I haven't thought about, to be honest. So I'm not going to make up something on the spot. But that's something I have to actively work on, and I'll get back to you on that when I have a concrete solution for that.
Yes. That's very important, because I've downloaded an app, and when I was downloading Shiba and I see different type of app in it. So I invested on a wrong one. So that is why
Okay.
it's very important for security reasons.
Okay, I'll take that into account. And thank you for that comment. I think I'll have to update that one of the issues that we need to fix with the
Yeah.
development team. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think that is all I have for you now. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey Zoro, thank you again for being with us today. You're building a very cool ecosystem. I agree with you. I haven't seen anything quite like yours. I love the way that you guys are planning to use subnets. And you seem like you're very versed in the technical stuff. So excellent speaking. I know you were not feeling well in the beginning of the AMA, but you really bounced back and you gave us a great presentation. So if there's anything that you want to leave us with before you go, definitely do so now. If not, give us a quick summary for our late listeners, our late viewers that are just tuning in, of who you are, what you're building, and why people should have a look at your project.
Okay, so we are Ggambuverse. Personally, as I said, I'm a software engineer with experience on cloud computing, and we are trying to build a decentralized software cataloging system, basically an app store like the Google Play Store and the App Store. But this time we're trying to make it decentralized, creator based, where the app developers have complete control and the users have complete control of their data. And yeah, come join us because we are the future, to be honest. And yeah, so one thing I'll leave you guys with is I don't want you guys to join to just throw money at the project, but join to help build the community. So if anyone is coming in, because we need as much help as we can, because this is a massive undertaking. So you guys should come join us to build a community, not just to throw in money and make some profits. If you can, that'll be nice. So yeah, thank you everyone for listening to me, and have a nice rest of the day.
Yeah, Zoro, you as well, and I hope you feel better.
Yes, thank you very much.